Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking audiobooks. I love a good audiobook, honestly. Nothing is more relaxing than just laying in my bed with an audiobook playing or doing some cleaning. Or even whilst I'm at uni, whilst I'm in the workshop, I will have an audiobook going. I haven't really ever talked about audiobooks before in this channel, and I just think it's because I honestly just have them in the background and it's not something I'm actively trying to read or listen to. They're just there, but I'm going to try and get better with that. But lately, I ran out of my audiobook stockpile. Normally, on Stuff Your Earbuds Day, which I'll explain later on in this video, I have a giant stockpile of audiobooks that I'm going to read over the year until the next event. And my stockpile has run dry. The reason for this is that I really struggle with audiobook subscriptions. Some of them I really don't like. I've tried a couple. Spotify mainly I really dislike because it caps your reading hours and goes, hey, you can pay for more if you want to. We know you're already paying for premium, but you can pay more for more reading hours. I'm like, great, thanks, not doing that. Other books like Audible, yet again, try that. Really dislike the fact that I could only buy one book a month with my Audible credits, and it did give me access to a library, which is very similar to the Spotify library you can access. But yeah, again, for the price I was paying, for the amount I go through an audiobook, it really didn't feel worth it, especially if there weren't books I didn't want to read. And I really dislike that as well. I've tried a couple others, but a lot of other apps also cap your reading hours, which I'm like, if you're going to have an audiobook subscription, I don't think reading hours should be capped. It's like telling someone with a book subscription, oh, but the number of pages you're allowed to read is capped, and it makes no sense. So basically, I try to buy audiobooks when they're cheaper or when they're free. And this is where Stuff Your Earbuds Day comes into play. If you haven't heard of Stuff Your Earbuds Day, you may have heard of Stuff Your Kindle Day, which is basically where a bunch of books on Kindle online are free for people to purchase and download and keep forever, basically. And this is what Stuff Your Earbuds Day is, but with audiobooks. This event is going to be hosted by audioworms.com. I think I said that right. I'll put it down below. But anyway, they're going to have over 100 free audiobooks in the romance genre available for you to get for free, download and keep forever. This is across multiple different platforms. I will state though, they are not using Amazon for this one. You cannot use audiobook or Kindle if you're getting one of these. Basically, they have a bunch of other apps they're going to be using. I'll list them off in a minute and what apps I'm using and why. But anyway, I really like this because it allows people to get a bunch of audiobooks for cheap, and it also means people can broaden the genre and books they're reading without having to shell out a pretty penny. But anyway, and it's great for authors as well because it gets their book out there a lot faster, and it also means it opens their book up to a newer audience. Now you might be like, what day is this happening on? Well, lucky for us, instead of one day this year, it's across 2. So it's going to be happening for 24 hours over May 9th and May 10th, which is great because last year I almost missed it because basically normally they do it on one day. And when it's one day, it's great, but also you're waiting, and if you forget what day it is, you can completely miss the event. And luckily my feed was don't forget, today is Stuff Your Earbuds Day, and I luckily got in before the event ended, which was so lucky, but I almost missed it, and I know a bunch of people who did. So here is your early reminder. Write down on your calendar, in your phone, or in your notes app. May 9th and May 10th, Stuff Your Earbuds Day. It's a great day, honestly. But anyway, let's get into the meat of what this day is. Basically, it's 24 hours of free romance audiobooks. It's across different genres, different authors, and it's compatible with multiple different apps. Personally, the 2 apps I will be using are Google and Funnelbooks. Google just because it's connected to my email, as well as the fact that it's free. It has a very big library. I already have a ton of books on Google, and I've got it up and running, and you can create your own shelves, and there's no cap to how many books you can have on Google, I think. I don't know, I'm already in the 200s on there, so I don't think there is, which I really personally enjoy. With BookFunnel, I also really enjoy because if you put things into BookFunnel, you can send it to different apps, different places, or even just use it on the BookFunnel app which I really appreciate and allows people to use different things. I will say I would make sure you have at least one or two of these apps downloaded onto your phone prior to the event, and make sure you have an account all set up, just so in case you can't get it sent to your email, or if you don't have like the right thing to have it to, I'll send it. I always have at least two apps that's compatible with it, because not all audiobooks will work for the same platform, so it's always good to have just at least one backup. Also, BookFunnel is one of the main ways they will send the books to you, so always good to have BookFunnel. But anyway, the main apps that are most well known that are going to be used are Spotify, Kobo, Hook, Apple, Google, and Funnelbooks. Those are my big main recommendations for apps to use. They're the biggest platforms, they have most set up. Most of these books will be on these platforms because they're a lot more mainstream, which means you've got a higher likelihood of, if you find the book you like, you're going to be able to find it. But anyway, my plan is for on May the 9th, is once I have gone through the entire library and I've read through all of them, seen the different options, downloaded the books I want, and also seen if any of the books I have previously listened to are on there, so I can give you an incomplete list of my recommendations, which books I've downloaded, which books I've seen and read, and which books I think would be a good read. And then I can let you all know, give yourself a comprehensive list, and also deliver a day off reminder to you to go to Stuff Your Earbuds Day. But anyway, I honestly just love audiobooks. But anyway, that's all for today. In the comments below, let me know if you're going to be participating in Stuff Your Earbuds Day, or if you listen to audiobooks or not. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and you should go read.